In this video clip, I'll be using angel falls and a helicopter to prove that the earth is not spinning or moving. Now, in my last video clip entitled Flat Earth and the Chimp with a Laser, I discussed a TV program where they tried to prove that the ocean was curved using a laser beam and a boat. Now the point is, some people said you must put the laser on top of the ball. Well, if it's a ball and the laser is on top, it's on top, right? So the tangent is 90 degrees to the arc, right? There we have it. In the experiment, so we're going to do this step by step and just go through this slowly because some folks didn't get it. In the experiment, they sent a small boat away from the laser beam. The boat would have to get bigger. It doesn't matter. Nothing changes. The boat has to get bigger as it moves away from you for that experiment to work. And the point was that they said the laser beam was level. Now the tangent is 90 degrees here. It means it's pointing towards the clouds. So it can only be level if it's level with what? The shoreline. The shoreline on both ends. So therefore, if it's level, right, there has to be a bulge of water in front of you, and the boat still has to get bigger as it moves away from you. And if it's 3 meters on the boat, it has to be 3 meters continually along that line because it's level. So if the tangent is 90 degrees, right, it'll be pointing in the clouds. It's level. It's level with the shoreline. Then they bring in the helicopter. They bring in the big guns. Right, and the stupidity just continues. It's programming.
That's not the only instrument they'll need.
We're wondering, okay,
Right, so they now use the helicopter. So let's have a look at this, because the point is some folks didn't get it. Why is this such a joke?
How much lower will the far shore of the lake appear to be?
It's simple.
I got him.
So the man is gonna, he's setting up his line of sight, right?
Go ahead and land.
Now the helicopter drops below the bulge of water. That's what they're claiming.
As it lands, it completely disappears from my line of sight.
Guys, just thought you might want to know,
So if the tangent is 90 degrees, right, to the arc, the helicopter, as it flies away from you, it also goes higher. The further away the helicopter goes, the higher it goes. That's why the whole thing is so stupid, whereas we know that a helicopter flying level is level. The further away it goes from you, it stays the same height above the ocean. Right. If it goes up, it goes up. If it goes down, it goes down. It can't go away from you and up at the same time if it's level, if it's in a straight line. So some people got sidetracked and said, well, you've got to put the arc, the ball's got to be in the center of the tangent has to be 90 degrees. It doesn't matter. If I move the telescope forward on top of the ball, right, the principle doesn't change. The whole thing is propaganda. It's a joke. So someone better tell these pilots they need to be careful, because very soon they're going to fly into a bulge of water. So we're going to simplify this as much as we can. This is a helicopter, right? It's spraying, right? It's liquid. It's spraying for all intents and purposes spraying water. This is Angel Falls, the world's tallest waterfall. If this helicopter is standing still, the water will fall down. If the helicopter is moving, well, there'll be resistance on the water, right? The water cannot fall straight down. So it's not possible for the helicopter to be moving and spinning with the earth and the water falls straight down. So if the earth is spinning, a helicopter flying east and a helicopter flying west, one flying with the spin and one flying against the spin, there'll be different forces on the spray. Because the helicopter flying in the same allotted time, at the same distance, will have to fly faster. It's as simple as that. The earth cannot be spinning. So if we look at Angel Falls, right, there's no way the water can fall from the top to the bottom and fall straight down. The same as the helicopter. Right? They want you to believe that the waterfall is actually spinning with the earth and moving at over 1,000 kilometers an hour, easterly. Yet the waterfall stayed down. What would happen is there'd be so much pressure on that water. Each droplet of water cannot ignore the fact that it's moving. So the waterfall stayed down, and the helicopter, when it's standing still, the waterfall stayed down. Tells you the earth is not spinning. Look, the education system, right? In the old days, they used to mark slaves. They branded the slaves, they marked the slaves. Today, in Revelation, it says that this beast, this system of things, marks everybody on the forehead and on the hand, the same as what they did with the slaves. Except in this case, it's willful slavery. It's through the education system. The education system is the branding iron that marks the slaves. And it is what it is. The difference is, though, that you don't have to go and bow down and worship and admire the person that's enslaving you. You don't have to bow down and worship the beast that's marked you and honor it and glorify it. Yes, we have to be obedient to the governments, but it doesn't mean we have to worship them. So I hope this gives you something to think about, and cheers and thanks for watching.